Hello, my amazing friends. How are you today? I am coming to you today because I want to talk about two things, actually. These are always kind of a last minute, I don't plan them out. And so I want to talk a little bit about what's my purpose and do you have a daily routine? And when I say daily routine, I don't mean like you get up, you go to work, or, that sort of thing. It's kind of like that, but not really. So, anyway, welcome. If you're new here, I'm Kimberly Joe Height. I am your favorite empowerist. I talk a little bit about holistic health things, manifesting, energy, all the fun stuff. So, thank you for joining me today. If you're new here, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. Thank you. All right, so let's just dive right in. So, for many years, I have asked the question, what's my purpose? Anybody else with me? Anybody? Anybody? Am I all alone in this? And I think somewhere along the line, we got this notion, I'm not sure from who or from where, whether it be society or from family or whatever, but the question is, what's my purpose? Like, what's my life purpose? They're life purpose coaches. And so I kind of was on that road for a really long time. Like, what's my purpose? I can remember when I was little, I wanted to be like a rock star, I wanted to be famous. And then I thought, well, okay, that dream went away. And then I thought, well, I want to be a teacher. I want to teach people how to do different things. And I started out in college and was going to be a teacher. And then I did my observation class and immediately went and changed my major. So that's another story for another day. So then, of course, you move on to the next thing. And I've done a lot of things throughout my life. And the question is, okay, well, what's my purpose? Like, what am I supposed to be doing? You know, and if I want to be famous, what do I need to do to be famous? And I don't think at the end of the day, it was really about being famous. For me, it was more about I wanted to have an impact on people's lives. And so through this journey of life and all these years, this is what I've discovered. And I don't remember who actually asked me this question, but it's a great question. And I want to share it with you today. So go ahead and grab your journal and a pen, pencil, or just ponder it and think about it. But here's the question, or here's the comment that was made to me. Why does your purpose have to be just one thing? That was really eye-opening for me because I thought that, and let me back up a couple of years, but I had opened, let's see, in 2018, I had opened a craft studio, a spunky craft studio. I've always had a love of art, and I had always thought about going back to school to be like an art teacher or get an art design degree or something along those lines. So in 2018, I opened up Spunky Craft Studio, and I thought, all right, this is my purpose. And then I also had joined a coaching program where I was being coached for manifesting. And then that led me to, let's see, 2019. I ended up being let go from my corporate job. And so I went full time into this funky craft studio and I was doing this coaching program. And I started it January of 2020, actually. So I started that and I was asking myself, like, what's my purpose? And I really thought it was the craft studio. And then February, I had my best month. And then March, I took a trip to Florida. And then the world shut down. And so through my coaching, it was kind of suggested and I made the decision. I closed the Spunky Craft Studio down and I thought, okay, so that's not my purpose. Maybe my purpose is, I'm supposed to be a coach. And so what I'm trying to get at is that I thought I had to just pick one thing. And I've always struggled. How do I incorporate my art, my energy work, massage, esthetician, doing intuitive readings, all my woo-woo stuff, the crystals, all those things. How do I incorporate it into one purpose? And I couldn't figure out how to do that. So if you're kind of in the same boat as far as like, what's my purpose? Like, I feel like I'm called to do something else, but I'm doing this thing over here instead. when I was asked that question is, why does your purpose have to be just one thing? And so the last few weeks, and I think partly because this is my birthday month and I always kind of reflect back on, my life and how my journey's led me to where I am today. And one of the things that I rarely recognized is that it doesn't have to be just one purpose. So for the last, starting 24 years ago, my purpose was being a mom. That was one purpose. Another purpose was being a wife. Another purpose I had was working in corporate America. And then I had a purpose of doing energy work. And I had a purpose of, I opened a wellness center and I did massage and taught classes on manifesting. And then my purpose was just being a coach. And then my purpose was, doing art. So do you see how your purpose doesn't have to be just one thing? Your purpose can be multiple things. And I think that, I look at like movie stars or people who are like, I'll put in air quotes, famous, the ones who are in on the TV or whatever that we see or that are very well known, they have a purpose too. And it's not just one purpose. They're not just a famous person who's bringing us movies or who are bringing us, music or, some doctor who's invented something, maybe that's their purpose, but they're sharing it. So I really just want you to take a moment and think about, can you have just more than one purpose? You're a human being having a human experience, right? So you don't have to have just one purpose. And as soon as I was able to let that go of what's my purpose and recognize that I have many purposes, my life became so much better. And so I just kind of wanted to bring that to you today to think, ask yourself that question, like, what is my purpose? Does it have to be just one thing? And if you're struggling or feeling like you're stuck, here's my one piece of advice. Actually, I have lots of pieces of advice, but this is my one suggestion. Each day, wake up and ask yourself, what do I want to do today? And I've shared that in some, past videos, just asking myself, instead of being so focused into the future and what my purpose is or what I'm doing now, where's it going to get me or where am I going to go with this? I just ask myself, what is it that I want to do today? What is it that you want to do today? And then you just follow those breadcrumbs, you just follow the inspirations that you get. And our purpose can change. But I think at the end of the day, there's this innate purpose that's within us. And because this is Let Your Light Shine, I really feel that our purpose is to shine our light in whatever gifts it is that we have. That's what we're meant to share with the world. And it doesn't have to be just one gift. It doesn't have to be just one thing. You just shine your light and share yourself with the world, and that is part of your purpose. So I hope this has been beneficial. And I'd really love to hear your comments. And if you have a question, please ask me. And this brings me to the second part of this video that I wanted to talk about. So it's kind of a two for today, since I can't seem to get myself scheduled to do this on a regular basis as far as my schedule goes, especially this week with the holiday. But the other thing I want to ask you is when you're thinking about your purpose, do you have like a daily routine for self-care? Or do you have something that you do so that you can open yourself up for the inspiration instead of starting your day with, oh, my alarm went off, you hit snooze 5 times, and then you get up, or your alarm goes off, it scares you, you slam it, you fly up out of bed, and that's how you start your day. So how do you start your day is something to reflect on too, because how you start your day really sets your day up for the rest of the day and what's going to happen. Not saying that bad things can't still happen or that, shitty things don't still happen or you have speed bumps or whatever. But if you start your day in a way that is a little bit more slow and more just allowing yourself to wake up if possible, and then finding things to do, whether it be in little 5-minute increment or a 10-minute increment, where you do something like meditation or you go for a walk, anything that you can think of. I don't want to give you too many suggestions because I want you to reflect upon this and think about how you could start your morning a little bit differently. And then I think the next video I'm going to talk about, I'll share how I joined an accountability group and how I'm considering doing something along those lines, whether it be through here or Facebook or something like that. But setting some goals. And I tend to be a rebel, so goal setting to me is like, eh. But now I'm actually enjoying it, and I'll explain in the next video why. So let me jot myself a note. Let's talk about goals and accountability on the next video. So you guys, I just show up and record these. All right, goals and accountability for next video. All right, so now let me share with you what I've been doing. Sorry for the bouncing, I worked too hard. So each day I find something that what I consider is part of my self-care routine. And it isn't all just done in the morning. So I have certain things that I want to do. I have a vibration machine that I use, and it's a 10-minute timer. So I don't even have to think about it. I hit the program I want, I stand on it, or I do planks on it or anything like that, and that's 10 minutes. And then I have a list of things I like to do. So there's my vibration machine, there's meditation. Maybe I'll take a groove class because I'm not teaching one that day or whatever. And so I'll dance. And those can be anywhere from I can do a 10 minutes all the way up to an hour if I wanted to. It depends on what my day looks like. And then I also often you will see me if you were here in my office with me, I get out my cards and I have like, let's see, 4, 8, I have like 10 different decks that I keep here beside me, and I just trust my intuition and I pull a card that day, or maybe I'll do a 3-card reading. And I intend that I journal almost every day. And then some of the other things that I like to do is I have this neck thing that I do, and I just lay my neck on it and I do that for 10 minutes, or I'll just put on some music, or I use my tuning forks. So I find time throughout my day, but I start with something in the morning, whether that's going outside and putting my feet in the grass or just sitting there listening to the birds and waking up. So I have these different things that are self-care that are in very small groups of timing. So I would suggest that if you're not doing that, and the reason why I do that is because it really helps me when I have those questions of, okay, like what's my next step? Or, what direction am I supposed to go in? Or what do I want to do today? Doing something along my whole list of things that I just shared with you puts me in my body, and it gets that whole mind body spirit connection that I'm always talking about. And so doing one of those activities, and it's always good to have a list so that you can pull, because some days I don't feel like doing a meditation, and some days I don't feel like writing in my journal. And some days it's like I do force myself to do something because I know it benefits me in the long run. And so again, it's one of those things where by doing all of that, you can kind of let go of the stress and the pressure of figuring out what's my purpose. Because remember, like I said, little secret, we don't have just one purpose. I think we have multiple purposes. I think there's a big overlying theme of what our purpose is, but it's hard to see it or feel it or know it when we don't do the self-care stuff. So that is my message for you today. I hope you guys have found this beneficial. And again, if you haven't already, please hit that like and subscribe. And of course, you guys comment below. I really want to, just share my knowledge with you. So if there's something that I haven't talked about that you'd like me to talk about, comment below and let me know. And I'd be more than happy to make a video about it. I do feel that there's going to be a little bit of a shift coming, and for my videos, I want to start incorporating some energy sessions with you guys. Just 10-minute little videos, whether we go through a meditation or I'm sitting here directing some energy at you or some color, and maybe introducing some of my, excuse me, my tuning forks so that you're getting that sound energy going on. But I really want to, I feel like the world just needs some healing energy, and I'm hoping to incorporate that too into these videos. So all right, you guys, that's it. That's all I got for you today. Remember, let your light shine. You're amazing, and sending you much love and light. Mwah. See you guys next time. Thanks for joining me today.